views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Yeah!
Welcome to the project right now. It's Return to Paradise. Yeah. That sound ain't right.
Good afternoon, New Jersey.
Follow me though. Keep it lighter close, man. Kings and queens is on the rise.
We got an interesting topics to talk to y'all about, so just stay tuned.
Search for paradise because something ain't right. We up to feel it at night. 3 eyes.
Shout out to Essex County Community College. You already know it's all about the education.
The people's demise. Fall the line and get ready for this new world order. Where the rich is getting richer and the poor get poor. Police serve and protect selectively and focus on quarters. Right now I'm poor as fuck. I still pour up sauce in my soda. Keeps me warm as fuck. The world gets poor and poor colder. You ain't free until you die in the land of the free.
Your boy Yah Moore had a week off. You know, I just had to recuperate before I come back for some more.
I've been living a lie. Property of the stars and the stripes. Legalese read between all the lines. Even worse, locked in the Fed. Every head in the Fed make the white man bread. Every king on the right path makes him Sawyer.
Matter of fact, we got a special guest for y'all. You know what I mean? My boy Chris definitely having friends to come through so we can talk about this interesting topic. And I'm looking forward for it. Let's get it.
For control of our for the promise of wealth. We just killing ourselves. The whole world is a cell. Freedom for sale. Salvation in hell. Now we under a spell. Get out of the way. Break every chain. I'm talking power to the people. Every queen, every king. It's everything till they wage war. Every dog has its day. I will return to paradise. Yeah.
Yo, Chris, I really like that track right there, bro.
Yeah, that's a throwback, man.
That's a nice oldie.
I appreciate it.
That's a nice. What you think about that, Av? That's a nice oldie.
What up? Yeah,
y'all definitely surprised me with that one coming through today.
Yeah, that was like back in like what 2016.
2016,
super oldie,
something like that.
Yeah.
Probably before that, maybe 2015,
maybe, yeah.
Back in the studio days, right?
Yeah, the studio days, you know what I mean?
Days.
Yes,
straight. I can relate. Yo, so what y'all got going on for today? Like, you know, it's a wonderful day out. It's like scorching. Day. It's scorching.
Hot.
Not even wonderful, it's scorching.
Well, you know, it's a Wednesday, so
right.
We doing the podcast, of course, and of course we got After Work Wednesday.
You know what I mean?
And it's all aligning. We like to talk about alignment here, and that's the reason why we got Avalone in the building right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got Avalone in the building. We about to, man, look, I had to hit somebody up because I need help with this photo booth thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. And some feminine energy definitely goes a long way when it comes to selling and making some money. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
trying to hustle.
Okay.
So
you know, back in the days,
and she with it. So
back in the days with the street team days with Jersey club type atmosphere, we always say that number one quote was the biddies are the commodity. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, you know, for those who don't know what biddies are, like biddies is what we call girls, our chicks. You know what I mean? And then we just have that little twang when we come up with that quote: biddies are the commodity.
Right. So pretty much, you know, I extended the invitation. So since she's gonna be out here with us anyway, since she's gonna be with me anyway on the photo booth, I say, hey, why not come out to the podcast? And you know, if you got anything, you know, worth sharing, anything that you want anybody to know, we're gonna share some stories. We're gonna go through moral of the story.
We're gonna get to the thick of it.
Get right into the thick of it, through the thick of it. For what we're gonna, you know, talk about. But yeah, that's pretty much how things came into alignment today. We got Avalone out here in the podcast. We out here.
We out here. We outside with it.
So I ain't gonna lie, for Avalone, let's.
Thank you for having me out here. First
of course, for sure. We were we doing anybody and everybody, okay? Non-discrimination.
Not
just
anybody.
Introduce yourself.
Not anybody.
Just anybody.
Hey, look, man, I don't discriminate.
I get that.
Just introduce yourself. Tell people, what you into. Instagram.
Well,
Because you said you told me you got a following, and you got to also explain because for the people who do know you.
Right.
Avalone been MIA for a little bit, and now you gonna popped off the porch and hopped on a podcast. So
for real, I definitely had to take a break from Instagram, like a long ass break, deactivated, just to get in tune with, just real life. But Avalone, my friends call me Av. I feel like my alias is Queen Av at the moment. Name was given to me years ago from the studio buddies. Shout out to them.
Cool.
Shout out to the studio buddies.
And I pretty much do it all, like sing, dance. My Instagram is Queen Av, Queen spelled with a W. I think it starts with it's Queen Av Queen _Av _, like pretty much like the street. And then follow me on TikTok too. That's where I really get the most love.
So you a TikToker for real now?
Yeah, TikTok is a bomb.com.
It is though. It is.
If you say that you are the TikToker, you feel me?
I'm a TikToker. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Them viewers definitely gonna jump on. But
I'm coming along. I'm seeing what TikTok is becoming because I was on the
right.
sidelines. Like, yeah, man,
Yo,
all they do is
pandemic.
dance. All they do is dance on TikTok.
Let me tell you something. During the pandemic, I took advantage on TikTok,
Same.
bro. Because the fact that I got laid off and I literally have nothing else to do, it's like, in a retrospect, like, why not?
Right.
I'm quite of a character. I could come up with some segments and put it up on any type of social media, nonetheless TikTok.
Yeah, I think you're TV crew worthy.
And TikTok is off the true. True that.
TikTok really is. So I'm gonna just put my TikTok tag real quick in. It is Av _SEI. So it's Av _say. And that's it.
Right.
So what you be doing on the TikToks? You be doing all the
I definitely do dancing videos most of the time. There's probably some singing videos up there and just funny videos. I did the same thing. I took advantage of the COVID-19 situation, and I just started going off on there, and I felt like a lot of people gravitated towards that, but I haven't really been on there for a while. Just like I took a break from Instagram, I took a break from TikTok, but I did come back with dance videos, and it's getting a lot of love so far. So check that out.
Yes, sir.
And you need some more love too. So for those who's gonna listen to this segment, they're definitely gonna follow up on the next up and coming videos on your TikTok. And I want to make sure of that.
Where do all your socials one more time? Let them know.
Yeah, okay. Instagram, Queen, spelled with a W instead of a U, _Av _. And TikTok, Av _SEI. That's it.
Lit. Go check it out. She back on platforms. You heard.
Yeah. Show me some love. I'm gonna show love right back too.
Love.
Yo, we're gonna get right back to you so that we can just open up some topics that we got for y'all. You are in for a good treat. So we be right back. Let's get it. Yeah.
Welcome to the project right now. It's Return to Paradise. Yeah. That sound ain't right. I know you feel that. Follow me though. Keep it light or close, man. Kings and queens is on the rise. I know they feel that. Eyes to the skies as I search for paradise because something ain't right. We up and feel it at night. 3 eyes open wide, we can all see a disguise. Politicians politicking about the people's demise. Fall in line and get ready for this new world order. Where the rich is getting richer and the poor get poorer. Police serve and protect selectively and focus on quarters. Right now I'm poor as fuck, I still pour up sauce in my soda. Keeps me warm as fuck, the world gets poor and poor colder. You ain't free until you die in the land of the free. If Trump disapproves, news, the protest is illegal to speak.
The illusion of freedom
Got the people asleep.
So you mean to tell me
I've been living a lie.
and I'm really
Property of the stars and the stripes.
people speaking
Legalese read between all the lines.
they just want us dead and
Even worse, locked in the Fed. Every head in the Fed make the white man bread. Every king on the right path makes them soil their pants. They can't foil my plans. We can't lose sight of the vision.
meditations, vibrations,
To dismantle the system.
human races in the race.
For control of our, for control of our, for control of our,
Minds to collect the promise broken.
for the promise of wealth.
Even tomorrow isn't promised.
We just killing ourselves.
Welcome to the prison planet.
The whole world is a cell.
We got
Freedom for sale. Salvation in hell.
got sold the dream.
Now we under a spell.
Stay high as hell. They try to bring us on down. I turn the fuck up.
Shit,
Best
get out of the way. Break every chain. I'm talking power to the people. Every queen, every king.
Everything
Is everything till they wage war.
Every dog has his day.
Has his day.
Come and settle the score. Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Telling y'all,
we
man.
back.
So you basically had a topic that you came in that you would like to share the viewers about,
Yeah.
and apparently you have Av who
Yeah.
accompany you.
Yes.
And seemed like she has basically her point of view on things, and that's the
Yes.
best thing. The fact that we have opposite gender.
We always
Opposite
gotta
sex.
have, the opposites,
When it comes
Yeah.
to these topics in particular, what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, is relationships. So we tap in on talking about relationships previously, and I believe this is a part 2 about it. And the last time we spoke about it, you said there is nothing in these streets. Like,
Ain't nothing outside, you heard?
That's true. It's
Ain't
the
nothing
saltwater.
outside. Ain't nothing outside. I be outside. Ain't nothing out there, man.
yo, the fact that I mistakenly put the applaud drop, the laughter drop.
That was appropriate. I like that. Yo, man.
Because like that's how people feel outside. Like, yo, listen, ain't nothing in these streets.
It's a mess.
Ain't
Clap,
nothing,
clap, clap.
ain't nothing in these
Yeah.
streets, bro.
Nothing in these streets. Like, yeah, there ain't nothing in these streets. Like, yo, where's there to start? You understand? Listen, coming from a married man, like, I'm on the sideline. I just like to talk about these things because I believe that I'll be able to, like, maybe bring out some type of advice for a bachelor who's seeking in to, like, have a significant other for more than a plaything. You understand?
Yeah.
But where we going with this as of right now, guys? Try me. Try me. What level?
As of right now,
What are
man.
you doing? First base, second base?
As far as relationships are concerned,
Right.
Avalone and I share something in common.
Okay. And what was
Oh
that?
yeah.
In that we co-parent.
And,
We are co-parents.
and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of corny. I ain't gonna
It
lie.
is.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah. In what way?
She Avalone.
I mean, first of all, like, I want to start by saying, like, life just be lifing. You feel me? So when you get with someone and y'all decide to have a baby, and we were just talking about how, like, you got to stop lying to yourself, right? Like, first of all, it's like, it's not going to work out. Like, you're not feeling this person for real, but y'all end up having a baby, maybe staying in a relationship longer than you have to, break up it builds resentment, and then it builds like this bitterness towards the other person. I'm past that now in my life, but I remember how it, going through it, and it's like now you have to. What a lot of people would say it's like a broken family, whatever, and you feel like you're a statistic, and it's not. It just sucks because you're trying to co-parent, you're trying to agree on days and who should have the baby or not. Sometimes the other person doesn't hold up their end, and it could drive a person crazy a little bit. But I'm a strong believer of God, so I gotta just keep my faith and keep it pushing. But like, what do you think, Chris? Like, What's
Like one thing I can
what
say
you
about the
relate to?
co-parenting, right? And I'm not a parent at all, so why shouldn't I talk about this, right?
So shut your ass
At the
up.
same time, I do have multiple colleagues and friends of mine that co-parent, and you have different, point of views. You have the co-parenting that's workable, you understand? Like that is good for both parties. And you got co-parenting that's basically like
just ghetto.
on some ratchet
Straight
junk.
ghetto.
You understand? Like on some straight junk. Like, listen, as adults, I can say, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to deal with one another, but you have a God gift
Right.
in this earth that you have to take care of now. It's something that's called responsibility have to twang on both sides.
Exactly.
And communication literally have to twang on both sides 100% just because of that individual. You understand? And that's how I see it. Like that's the
Sound good.
innocence
Right.
of how it should be.
It's
Right.
bigger than us. It's bigger than us.
You
It's innocence,
understand?
right? Literally.
But I want your point of view on it, Chris, because apparently you want to dive deep into this. So what's up?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm a piggyback off what Av said. She said, lying to yourself or not being honest with yourself. So, and somebody's lying. Somebody is lying. And in a lot of situations where people don't see eye to eye on things and there can't be any like progress, somebody's lying. That's the only thing I can say. And
That's a fact.
it's usually the individual. Somebody, you lying to yourself.
Right.
Me
That's
being
all I'm
an
saying.
example-
Like it's only two people in the room, so who? Like how
Exactly.
hard
But see,
is it
here's-
for you to
here's-
go down to the concrete? Of who's lying?
Now here's the
Right.
breakdown. Here's the breakdown.
Right.
It's both parties.
Both parties lying.
It's both parties lying to themselves about the situation at hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not really no mystery about who's lying. We know who's doing all the lying. It's us lying to ourselves consciously and subconsciously, talking about, it'll work, or you try to be a patient, or this is what it's about, or you call it, these are the sacrifices, or these are the compromises, and then you just try to chuck it up to patience and belief in God and think, and that's something. Now, not to say that like all of that you're lying to yourself, but shoot, I mean, optimism can sink you or kill you. So it's just like double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You can be so optimistic, moving deeper into a hole and not even really realizing it, but you masked it as, this will work, or be patient, give it some time. When really you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, having a baby in a relationship, it could either make or break it. It's like that's why it's so important to have a foundation. I guess that's why it's so important to be married first before even having a baby. I believe, and I know I'm not the one to say this, but I mean
that's what it's present to live a little bit of life first.
Yeah,
if you can, you know what I mean?
don't settle for the next best option because you feel like that's the only option you're gonna get. Have some confidence. And in this generation of situationships, and it's like like Drake said, we live in a generation of not being in love, not really being together, but we.
But that's what Drake said. Yo, forget what Drake said.
We're scared to see each other with somebody else.
Forget what Drake say. Okay, because what y'all telling me is like a whole mantra for the whole world to be like, all right, cool. That's basically what it is. It's hard to find love. It's hard to like find that foundational realm of finding those type of things, especially in this atmosphere and this.
Wait, to do what now? To do what?
To find love.
That's the wrong thing to do. Trying to find love, man. Find love with yourself first and foremost. You gotta understand your own mechanisms. You gotta understand your own mechanisms first.
That's a fact.
Well,
you gotta understand your own universe.
What would be your pointer, right? To find love within self. Like, what would you do to treat yourself to like build up that vibe of love within yourself, like self-taught love?
All right. because this is all like onions.
I'm gonna get to you too, Ab, but I want to
Yeah.
have
This
Chris
is all like
point at you
onions
on
because
this
there's
one right
levels,
here.
there's levels and layers and to everything. So let's just go through a couple of them. Let's just break through the superficial ones.
Right.
What was the question? One more time.
What you do like as far
Oh, for
as
self love.
building,
All right,
like,
boom.
for self-love.
Bam, I got you. I'm back on track.
What builds your
Boom.
self-love?
So let's off all that superficial BS to my me time, Medicare, pedicure, mani, all this other stuff, quiet time, meditations, and that all that stuff. That's like the icing on the cake. Like that's the extra stuff that you do with your time when it comes to like self love. But all that stuff is still superficial as shit. When we talking about self love, it's about all right. You gotta know where, who, what, and why you are, and then you gotta embrace it. And then after you embrace the reason why you here, why you want to be here, who you are exactly to yourself, to the people around you. I think it's a level of understanding what your purpose is. And to be fair, everybody don't know what that is. You meet people at different intersections of life. So you can't hold that against nobody for not knowing. But as far as self-love is concerned, in the most deepest way I could possibly like get to the center of this onion, I think it really all starts with figuring out what it is that drives you to be here in the first place, right? And then you got to embrace that, and then you got to figure out how do you allow that to serve you so that you can experience a more positive reality. So how can you allow your purpose to serve you? And nothing is going to serve your purpose until you got to acknowledge it, find it, or make it, create it, right? Give yourself a purpose, right? Then you got to embrace that. And then that's where your identity comes from. People deal with these identity crises. Oh, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, if a plumber's a plumber, you know what I mean? That's what they do. An electrician, you electrician, right?
Right.
Some people don't have no skills or this, that, and the third, so they don't have a hat to wear, and they feel like, oh, what's my purpose, this, that, and the third. So that level of like self-worth and self-love is a little bit diminished,
right,
because the lack of knowing like who they are, their purpose, embracing it, and then moving on that.
Right.
I think that's like at a foundation, at the base level,
right, for
people who self-love is a challenge for them. They should really start with what drives all right, when you wake up, what's your ideal, kind of a lifestyle?
What driven? Like
what drives you? Yeah.
What drives you?
And
Wake
most
up the next day.
and most importantly,
right,
does it serve others? That's that's the big part. Because once you find and embrace an identity for you that serves others, that's literally just you just unlocked a portion of the universe that manifesting.
Putting it, once you master to like,
you give what you get.
Yourself.
You give what you get.
Once you master
get what you give.
to pour onto yourself, you be able to master to pour onto others.
Yeah,
you understand?
sir. Yep.
So it's in the retrospect of being in alignment with himself. You understand? And you will have a potential significant other that will come your way.
Right.
And it starts with a conversation, right? We all lie.
To ourselves. We all lie to ourselves.
To ourselves,
Humans,
right?
yeah.
We do. It's like within our nature.
Right.
It's hellish if you said, like, I never sinned in my life.
Yeah.
You understand? Right. But if you become a person with integrity when you face your lies or whatever sins that you're dealing with from that time past, right? And you talking with a potential significant other, and through the conversations, it have to be sincere. You understand? There's levels to this.
I mean, it's not that difficult.
And nonetheless, it's not difficult.
So here's the thing.
It's you being true to yourself. And if you're true to yourself, it's like a walk in the park.
Right. And the reason why things are this. So it's not difficult, and the reason why it is difficult is we're not being true to ourselves, being lying to ourselves. If everybody were to just be brutally honest, because you know who you dealing with when you start knowing who you dealing with, right? Like you start seeing stuff, and you start knowing, and you be like, oh.
So you're saying like in the middle of the relationship, once you're starting to see certain things that I haven't seen throughout the relationship from the beginning,
I think
it's like you're in a fork road, like you're in the middle of a fork road.
It might be I think it's a matter of, because this is how I was dealing with it. It might be a matter of, all right, there's going to be things that are like I won't say non-negotiable, but there'll be things that won't change, can't change.
Right.
Then there'll be things that will take time to change, and then there's things that is like haven't changed, but definitely should have changed already. That's the categories I put them in. So there was the things that I can't change, they're not going to change, right? I'm going to live with that. That's cool. Then there's the things that can change. It's going to take time, right? Then there's the things that just should have happened already.
But can I ask you one question? Because this is literally detrimental when it comes to changes, and you want to change another person within a relationship, right? Is it the changes that maybe you feel as though it would be beneficial, that may be a destitute?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Because like listen, when it comes to certain relationships or building
when it
relationships,
comes to some individuals,
like some people just want to change the person just because, like, yo, I don't like.
Yeah,
but you know where all that stems from? Like, we're gonna circle back to self-love, the lack of self-love. If you're looking at someone and you're like, I want to change this person, because first of all, we all have a masculine and feminine side to us, right? If we're not in touch with both sides, we're going to be looking for a certain partner in someone else when we could be looking for it in ourselves. And that way, we're just going to be picking up, right? We're just going to be looking at someone and be like, okay, I can see the potential here, which is, potential is not enough. It's just like, okay, that's maybe, it's a future in some type of universe, but in an alternate universe. But in this universe,
potential might be us lying to ourselves.
Exactly.
I think that's where it is. I think that's it.
Yeah, this is the potential, because you're looking at someone like, all right, I want you to be this certain partner, when you could just find it within yourself, and then that person will gravitate towards you naturally,
True.
But potential, is definitely where I think that's the start of lying to ourselves as humans.
Yep.
So apart from lying, right, and then we jump into changes, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel as though the word change, like, is that supposed to be like the foundation of a relationship as you go about?
Yeah.
One another.
Yeah. Because everything around you is changing all the time.
All the time.
Right.
So for you to consciously make a decision to not change or to be stagnant about unless it's decisive, like, you know what I mean? Some things decisively you have to stick to. If it ain't broken, whatever the case is, don't make the wheel 2 times. But think this whole life is about changes. I'm trying to tell you. You understand? Right. Everything is changing always. So it's sink or swim. You know what I mean? Yeah. The survival of the fittest. The weakest one. If you get left behind or something, you're done.
So when it comes to this relationship topic, Chris, I done tell you, like, yo, I wanted us to talk about financial literacy today, but we want to talk about relationship.
We'll get into that.
And when it comes to like relationships, it's different realms, different ball games, it's depending on different scenarios.
Oh, yes.
You understand? Like, it's like, okay, let's put out a scenario now.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. I am basically grossing about $3 trillion annually. And my wife is grossing about $400,000 annually. No, let me make it realistic. You know what I mean? It's 2025, right? I'm making $400,000 and she's making $3 trillion. All right? Because we're looking at it from this dimension now. You understand? I walk home coming from work. She walk home coming from work. And we greet each other. We wind down. And all of a sudden, bills has to be spoken about. Basically roles between the two in the house have to be spoken about.
That's important.
Basically future planning and who's the anchor of talking about the planning at that moment. You understand? That's when you starting to see, like, listen, do you love your significant other? Are you comfortable in the situation that you're in? And I put it out of generosity just to keep that to an end, right? I told you, I'm making $400,000. She's making $3 trillion. You understand? But I still say, like, listen, this is my woman. You understand? And she respect me as a man.
Right.
You understand? So that, and I could say, like, as a man role, like, yes, to protect most of the time. And listen, frown upon me on it, Av.
No, it's a
if you
primal
feel as
role.
though, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We here to protect. We here to hunt. We here to
It's natural,
basically provide. You understand? But the way how this economy goes right now, like, it's different ways in order for you to make ends meet. It's different ways for you to, like, bring bread to the table. And I feel as though when it comes to communication between significant others has definitely been a destitute when it comes to a role in a relationship. In this day and age, I can say.
So what you
Because
saying?
It's
You say
a
all that to
sense
say
of,
what?
just to sum it all up, understanding.
But
You understand?
understanding regardless of what incomes, titles, positions.
Right. And all of that will basically represents on how you may react when those assets are not there. You understand? Like, how can you
everything's up and down.
How can you work with one another when you don't have those assets? Say if
Put this in simple
hypothetically
words, bro.
speaking,
My
say
chest
my
hurts.
wife
Can you stand?
hypothetically speaking, right? Say my wife $3 million, right? Status went down, like dip. It's like $500,000 now. That's crazy dip. But I'm just saying, prime example, right? And now majority of the responsibility is held on to me. Now it's up to how I would navigate the situation, because right now, like, when it comes to planning and this, down, the third, all right, great. Most of the time,
It's
you're
all
the one with the
fluid, bro.
planning. But
Bro, look,
now that
you
we
gonna
in that
waste your breath.
season,
You're gonna waste your breath.
but
gonna waste your
communication
breath.
is not supposed to be all
Listen to
about
me.
wasting breath.
Bro, no, I'm talking about right now when you explain it what you're saying. All that stuff is fluid. So it looks like you're trying to say where does the responsibility lay when, you know, incomes fluctuate? Or where does the leadership go? Who is actively rowing the boat and guiding us as it relates to income? Is that where we're going?
Okay, let's go that way.
Is that
Let's
where
go
we're
that
going?
route.
Okay.
Let's go that route.
It should be fluid. It should all be fluid. The two people should have enough common sense to know how to jointly manage the money and do what the things that need to be done on the back end. And when I mean the back end, I mean all the bills, the car, the phone, the rent, the this, whatever it is that y'all got going on. Y'all should be able to, regardless of how much this person make or this person make, y'all should be able to have enough common sense to make it work. If somebody's making a lesser amount of money, okay, even if the guy, all right, now let's take it from the perspective I think you were trying to go in. If the guy's making less money, his partner is making more money, who maintains leadership? The guy. And now only if he has a plan, though. He has to have a plan. Y'all can't both be scrambling. If y'all both are scrambling, then y'all both need to have enough common sense. Wait, so let me chop this up. If y'all both are scrambling, y'all both need to have enough common sense to get the job done together. Okay? So if she's making more and he's making a little bit less, then he should be able to put up to what he can afford, right? Pay what you can afford. You need to streamline what you're spending, all right? Spend a whole lot less so you'll be able to contribute efficiently, okay? Then the female, she's making more money. It's the same thing. She's going to have to spend less to be more efficient. So cuz the reality is she's going to have to pick up the burden because the finances isn't equal, right? So now And like I said, if there's no plan, right, then y'all need to work together and figure a plan out. Now on both ends of the spectrum, if the female has a plan, and this is regardless of the money, okay. If the female has a plan and she don't have a whole lot of money, how I look at it as the man, if you're making more money, she has a plan, but she doesn't have so much. You're gonna have to pick up the burden double time, because you should want to be able to pay your share, cover some of her share. Then y'all both have to streamline in order to pay for whatever it is that she wants to accomplish, because she has the plan. If he didn't got one, right? If he got a plan, then it's vice versa. So what I'm really trying to say is it should be fluid, and none of there's not one scenario that fits all ways. Like, okay, the man can't always lead, because the man, a lot of guys don't always have a plan per se. Right. They might have maybe a job and a living situation, but at the end of the day, there's no long-term plan for development, right? So if you come into a situation and all right, things is getting rough, okay, as a man, you not making as much as your partner, right? But if you're solid on your plan and it actually produces a level of results where your partner can see that and be like, okay, boom. Now she's the bank, basically, right? Now she's acting as a bank. You got to streamline your and get the credit enough. What I mean credit isn't like the belief enough that, one, she won't leave you, right? Then two, she'll be, one, willing to pick up the burden, and then be willing to kind of help you out in your plan, right? But as long as your plan is the benefit for the whole ship, right? So it's not a one shoe fits all type of thing. I think people should really just have the common sense, and then stop lying to yourself. If that's not what you want to do, and if that's not how you want to live, that's what be happening.
That's today's lesson.
Yeah,
stop lying.
And when you think about it, I guess when you have women who leave men because they couldn't produce, more or less, right? Hey, you can't be mad at it. They wasn't lying to themselves about what kind of reality that they wanted to live, type of thing. So they decided to leave instead of just maybe this, and then having that develop into a bigger and bigger situation that allows space for someone to be like, oh well, remember when I gave you this, or remember when I did this for you, or this and the third. You don't want to become a liability.
Well, that's part of sin, which is vanity. You understand? Like, if what you done for others, you shouldn't brag about it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Shouldn't take note.
It could either be family, friend, or significant other. You understand? If you give, you give. Like, shit.
Right.
Avalone, let me ask you a question.
That's my philosophy. You know what I mean?
Avalone, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What would be like a turning point or a moment where you knew you had to pivot as far as like the scenario at hand? Let's say you make more than your partner doesn't make that much.
See,
let's say if they do have a plan. Let's say if they do have a plan. How far are you willing to go? Like, what are you?
See, that's the difference. If a man has a plan, a man with a plan is a man that leads, and that's what most women are looking for. That's where it's like, okay, we're working together, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Like you said, we both have to have the common sense to get it together, right? Together as adults, human beings with brains. But if a man
like put
is
the
just
whole you the man,
right, he's just aimlessly just going through life, no plan, nothing, and we're both struggling. Like, what are we doing here? Like, do we even want anything to change? That's when it's like, all right, maybe it's time to go, because you know what I'm saying, especially if it's been a while, and then not in a vanity way, more like a like self-love way.
Yeah,
like,
self-love with not lying to yourself.
We can't love each other. Like, that's just that. Like, you know, if you're willing to give up on life, what we're doing.
It's unfortunate that I guess some people will hear that and boil it down to, oh, lack of material, so I had to leave or something like that.
It's
but
not only one source, it's multiple sources due to different scenarios. You understand? You could have a couple or an individual that don't have a source that the next person is crying about, but they make things happen. It starts with the mind. You understand? It's literally start with the mentality, and that's basically the full disclosure about it.
It does start with the mentality. Mentality is super important. Like if we're not on the same page and we're both all over the place, it's just a hot mess.
I think that's
waiting to
100%.
happen.
That's definitely 100,000%. I've experienced that firsthand.
You know,
Just not being cut from the same cloth.
and it's okay. You could come from a different tribe as the other, right? But it starts with the mind. Like, yo, how far you want to take it?
Yeah.
You understand? Ain't nothing impossible. Okay? God help those who help themselves.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right?
So back to the co-parenting portion though.
Right.
Because we just broke down, lying or not being honest with ourselves, just getting back to the thing, we had in common, the routine thing, Man, you said life be lifing.
Life do be life.
Mm-hmm.
It do be life.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever. Could I have imagined, participating in the co-parenting scheme?
You can never see
Right.
it coming. No one can see that coming.
Right.
Oh man,
I wouldn't
obvious.
even imagine that, co-parenting for you, Chris.
Yeah, me
Yeah, that's what I'm
either.
saying.
You know what I mean? Like,
That was different.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying.
I grew up with this guy. Like, this guy, he's a P's and Q's type of dude. He's a quintessential, right, to a disciplined individual.
Yeah, I feel like I've done enough
You
to
understand?
not be here, but here we are.
You can do all the
I mean,
right things you
like,
think you're doing.
no.
Life will still life you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she feels the same way too.
Yeah.
And that's when it comes to both of you are not wrong. You understand? Maybe it been through a crossroads where you start to think differently than the significant other, and it could either go both ways. All right, you guys can sit down and patch up on what both y'all individually thinking about, or that can, go through turmoil. You understand? And all is left is for it to just ball up into more turmoil. You understand? But it's, for the retrospect, having different ideas is not wrong. But at the same time, if you don't have the capacity to come together to make the individual ideas into a mesh, like, it's okay. Like, if we gotta separate, you gotta separate.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it's not the end
It isn't.
of the world.
Right.
Not for you and the significant other, not for yourself, and same as vice versa. You just have to take the time to recalibrate.
But social media has a funny way of making you feel like it's the end. Like, it's like, okay, you're damaged goods now.
That's
Like,
what they're there
whoa.
for. Social media
Dang.
is for people that don't have a life,
Yeah.
that
That's
literally
true.
sit down and scroll. They feel as though they're getting edified, but their brain is only getting muffled with a bunch of distractions.
Static,
Yep.
just static.
You understand?
Literally getting fed by their feed. Bullshit. That's it.
So who do you got to blame?
Damn, that's why I call it the feed. That's crazy. That's why they call it the
Exactly.
feed, for real. They feeding your ass.
They feeding you some nonsense.
Feeding you that.
Right.
What are they feeding you? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
And it's crazy. We was talking earlier. Said for some people they get on there and get opposite of what you're expecting. You were expecting the dope hit, but you just keep getting the shame wizard.
Yeah.
the shame,
insecurities.
the shame and insecurity wizard from Big Mouth.
I just dislike the saga. Can I mention about it?
What?
Yo, all these females on social media talk about men ain't shit.
Oh, it's a war between men and women out there.
Stop it! No. For the dudes that condone it and try
man.
to fight back for what they saying, don't
That's not. Let's just ignore
it.
Yeah.
You're entertaining
Yeah.
their trauma.
That's like the lowest hanging fruit too. That's like
Oh,
just
man.
like, oh man, like you really gonna
Come
Like,
on.
it was hot.
We're
It was
back and
big.
forth with it too.
Like,
Like,
when Kev was still alive, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of that has like
That's
we
like
know what
high
we do.
value,
I think it's like
value
you know
women
what's
and men.
given? It given Nicki Minaj when she was talking about.
no, it's just giving sassy guys.
Eh.
A lot of guys are sassy, bro, and they feel vindicated.
Real ANs, and then Trey Songz came out with the real remix of something about was like dissing the females. You understand?
Oh,
I'm
man.
like, yo, it's like, bro, like for dudes, I feel as though we just have to calm down. Like we just have to let the females talk they talk. Like that's just it. Like just talk they talk.
Yeah.
I feel as though for my philosophy, right? Av, don't be pissed off if I rub you the wrong way when I say it. Women do use mouth as a capacity for men's strength.
Oh.
You understand? Women do use their mouth as a capacity to men's strength.
Yeah, a lot of women do like to emasculate men. Maybe because, like I said before, the balance of masculine and feminine. A lot of women are more masculine than they are feminine, and so when they see another masculine, they feel like they have to emasculate them in some way. I don't know. Maybe the women in their family are more like, oh, we're independent and
Man, I was dealing with a
Those are the
female like that.
masculines.
like yeah,
I was dealing with a
those are
female like that, bro.
masculines, Exactly.
Those are the masculines.
So, I mean,
Yo.
not
Let
all
me amplify
women,
the fact that you
but-
put it out there, Av,
Yeah.
right? For both male and female, we carrying the same genes
Right,
of the
the-
X's and the Y's.
Exactly.
You understand?
And we gotta learn how to balance it. And
Learn how to
just
balance
some
it.
women
Like,
and men.
for us
just do
dudes,
it.
I could say like, yeah, we have to learn more and show compassion. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to our women and what they talk about, you know, maybe it could just go over our heads. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like these things are important to our women, right?
Yeah.
And we have to make sure we remind ourselves about that. And women, y'all have to talk less in order for y'all men to like cooperate with y'all. Because y'all gotta realize they got a whole life. Okay? They living their whole life the same way you living your whole life. And then when y'all come back together, rekindle, like make sure the conversation is in a balance. That's all I gotta say.
It's ignorant, ignorant male, ignorant females, both of them on social media, just talking back and forth. That's all it is.
Yeah, yeah. But
The guys lose every time because they just turn themselves sassy
Yes.
Yep.
in the
Yes.
process. It's
Yes.
like, yo,
Like, let women
I'm like, yo,
be
where did all
women.
these sassy cats come from in
Yes,
these
like
comments?
they got caught up in their feelings, like yo.
And it's like, yo, y'all
hey,
gotta-
and that's another thing.
You're not
too,
justified.
like-
You're not vindicated. You're not nothing. Because at the end of the day, you still
Right.
some single dude who's just doing whatever the case. It's not like you don't have a legacy. You don't have a
Exactly.
son. You don't have none of these things. But you
Exactly.
out here trying to be vindicated and
Nah.
justified for
some high
something that
value.
you are not a part of.
You got caught because he got emasculated. You got caught up because he got emasculated. Stop that, man.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Stop that.
Yeah, there should not be that much to really
You understand?
complain about.
Most
as
of the time,
as a single man who's not even dealing
most of
with
the time,
a
when women say like, "Oh yeah," when all the doubt, blame it on the man. Yeah, blame it on us because most of the time we shouldn't like literally like feed on like certain female vibes. Like when they start getting to that vibe, don't feed in on it. If anything, be the opposite.
Shoot.
Man, since we talking about aggressive ass women, let me check this time to let me take this
And their
time
aggressive family. It's always
and their family. Let me take this time to inform some of I'm gonna tell a story. We're gonna do moral of the story and inform, a little bit on listen, guys.
Right.
There is a playbook. Okay? There's a playbook made just for you. It's not, and this is for your detriment. This is not for you in a good way. There's a playbook for you. And it works in their favor every time.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you are in a situation that is escalating, that can become physical, I promise she's waiting to deploy that playbook. Okay, you will go away. All right, you will go away.
with the quickness.
You will go away. All right. Let's air some out right now. For those who know and those who know. Yo, I'm not engaged no more. It's on hold, I guess. I got the ring, you know what I mean? She can get it back if she want to. She probably don't. It's cool. Somebody gotta get it, but
Let me be optimistic. I hope she does.
it's there. Me too. I ain't gonna lie.
She does.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But you know what? The situation dissolved because I had another situation in the background, if you get what I'm saying. Right? So one situation dissolved, I had another situation in the background.
Right.
I was dealing with a masculine who wanted to be feminine. And she had her feminine ways, you know what I mean? When she clean up, it's all right. But for the most part, you know what I mean, she's dealing with some things. Dealing with a masculine who wanted to be feminine. And I wound up, man, this is a story. I wound up, remember we was talking about lying to ourselves earlier in the podcast? I wound up lying to myself. And in turn, I wound up lowering my standards ×2. Double time. In what ways? I lowered my standards. One, in being in a relationship that it went from being this person's like cheerleader to just tolerating them and becoming more of a parole officer type of thing. You know what I mean? Kind of domineering, aggressive. But I was fed up, to be honest, because I wasn't getting the results. And on the other hand, how I was lowering my standards, boy, I was just dealing with somebody who I don't want to say like they didn't deserve it or wasn't deserving of it, but it's certainly not the situation or the scenario that in a clear mind I would allow myself to be in. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
In a clear mind. Basically, I got crossed. I got double crossed, backstabbed, all these things that you can imagine. I was dealing with somebody for about 10 years, some change. She claimed me, but I did not. I do not. I don't know what she would have considered a date back in 2014, but we can, backseat, not a date.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Listen to me, okay? Been dealing with this person for a long time, and I was this person's
I'm gonna let you finish,
brother. Yeah, I was this person's best advocate. You know what I mean? Biggest cheerleader. You know what I mean? Job applications, get you to the interview, take you from the interview, get you to the job, get you to the job. All types of things you can imagine. Helping move out of one apartment to another, go to the old address, check the mailbox with that, all types of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Things that you would probably think that we was in that type of relationship, but I was really just being a good friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've experienced two different types of females. You have females who have a lack of discipline, but have a certain level of direction or a fire. Then you have females who have fire, but they don't have any discipline or guidance. So it's like flip-flop, right? So, for example, my ex-fiance, okay, she had a level of guidance, that being me, but no discipline. The other girl had a level of discipline, but she didn't have no guidance. She didn't have a man.
Right.
So I've experienced two different types of women. That's what I'm saying. She's either has her own level of fire drive, but she just don't have guidance. And that can mean anything. Like, she could be a self-starter. She goes to the gym on her own. She could get as many jobs as she wants. She probably works security, 3 different security jobs, working overnight. She got this many jobs, and she paid this many bills, and she really handling her stuff. But she don't have a level of guidance. And what I mean by is, like, she just kind of, you know, she's surviving type of, you know what I mean? She's surviving, but it ain't really a level of guidance as a unit to go anywhere.
Right.
Then you got the opposite side of the spectrum. Okay, so I'm dealing with somebody who had that level of discipline. You know, she's a gym babe, this, that, and the third, but she ain't have a man in the third cases. And I ain't gonna lie, I went on a bit of an ego trip in dealing with her because she ain't ever been nowhere. Okay, ain't never really done
Did she
nothing.
tell you that, or
No. You ain't got. You don't need nobody to never ever tell you that. You don't never
her move, the way how she moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Her vernacular and everything. That's basically
whatever cases, whatever. Bro, we walking up and down Bloomfield in Montclair. And ooh, I'm like, damn, we in Bloomfield in Montclair, shawty. Like, goddamn, we a town over in Montclair, and she's starstruck. You feel me? So like, I ain't got to do too much to show her a good time. And I ain't got to do too much because I'm also going on an ego trip. I'm like, yeah, I got this little John. She ain't never been nowhere. I'm about to take her right down to Montclair real quick. We about to go to the Ville in South Orange real quick. She ain't never been over there. So, like, you feel me?
You took her to Sweet
I'm
Teas?
the man's type. I'm not even doing nothing.
Teas down, if you went to Montclair, you took her to Sweet Teas?
I don't think Sweet Teas was around.
Just talking.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, don't you? Hey, yeah. Okay.
Nah, we not.
All right, we're not gonna do that. All right, we're not gonna do that. But. So yeah, bro, I went on an ego trip. I lost myself. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I lost myself.
Now,
I'm
Sweet Teas
about to
off
tell
the
a story.
chain, though.
It was.
It's off the chain. Sweet Teas?
They got good food.
You should have taken the John to the Sweet Teas, bro. Real John.
Man, she don't deserve none of that, bro. So anyway,
$80 a night.
you feel me? I was getting an ego high, you feel me? Because I'm doing all this, doing that. And in return, I started seeing stuff. I'm like, oh, she getting kind of femme a little bit. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? She started putting on nail polish and shit. She start toes getting done and like, oh, you
Man's
heard?
masculine will bring out
She
a
about
woman's
business.
femininity.
You feel me?
quick.
And I was digging.
She
I
about
liked
business.
it.
Right.
I liked it. I liked
Right.
it.
Right.
A lot, bro. It was a trip. It was cool. I'm like, yo, she kind of transforming a little bit. I don't know. It's something about seeing somebody change in real time for me.
You know?
That is, I guess, what, a love language or something like that, or whatever the case is, or something that's attractive to me. If I can watch you literally evolve in front of my eyes in real time, ooh, I like that.
Well, for you. Like,
Yeah,
that's an appreciation. You know what I mean?
Shit, I don't know anybody who couldn't appreciate that, to be honest,
know,
especially
yeah.
coming from somebody that you want to deal with on those levels. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
in turn, you know what I mean, I'm doing these things. You know what I mean, but it wasn't even really that often for real. I'm talking about the times like me and Gabby was separated and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I was at the same time, you know what I mean, I was kind of lowering my standards at the same time, but also trying to bring this person up. Mm-hmm. But the crazy part is that here's the crazy part. I was doing the same thing with my fiance, right? Now my fiance, I would be trying to like, you know, give me some information, but it was like, she would be like, it would be hard to receive. You know what I mean? Like she probably sigh, like and all this other shit, you know. But it's like real life, like yo, bro, like let's we gotta get this application in for real. Like I ain't playing. Like we really gotta do the application. This, that, and the third. This is like real adult. I think adulting smacked my fiance in the face. That's what it was. The whole adulting thing smacked her. You feel me? So everything just kept blindsiding her and blindsiding her and blindsiding her. So it was like, oh shoot, mad bills. Oh shoot, late on mad bills. Oh shoot, they threatened us with an eviction. Oh shoot, they threatening us with it. Like when I say that Essex, Essence on 144 South Harrison Street, y'all done lost so many lawsuits because of how y'all do business and what y'all do and how y'all conduct y'all. They threatened us to the point where we moved out of the apartment before the court date. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. They said, hey, y'all, if y'all cars is still in this driveway or whatever, in the parking lot over the weekend, we're going to tow your car. It's like, and then I had to send them like, yo, listen, I know my rights. Y'all can't be intimidating us like this for real, for real. We're going to see you on the day of court, and then decisions will be made from there. But all this threatening us, I can't get in and out the building. Yeah, anyway, that's
What's that, on Harris?
144 South Howard Street, the Essence, Blackstone.
Tell you,
Okay, y'all, they done lost so many court cases, man. They in debt, right? And this is lousy. They kept upping it. Yeah, I don't understand how people get away with upping the prices for stuff, but the amenities don't even change or they get worse. But sidebar, man, sidebar.
I mean, I guess that's what you call that upside down rent control.
The upside down rent control. You feel me? I lost myself. Where was I going before the tangent?
Basically, like adulting.
Oh yeah, adulting smacked her. You feel me? So meanwhile, even before all the adulting started, she dealing with her own stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. But I think it just made it harder to cope with me still at the same time trying to tell, like, yo, listen, you should be doing this, you be doing this, or, you know, do this. And then I guess, you know what I mean, eventually she needed that space, you feel me? Now, on the other hand, when I'm dealing with this other female, she would take advice, you know what I mean? But she didn't need a whole lot of, like, that type of, like, get up and go advice, because she can get up and go on her own. Right? That's the opposite side of the spectrum. Her problem was she just didn't know nothing, right? But she was ignorant. So it's like, I'm trying to tell you something about something, but you don't even know enough to take it as the truth. And your mentality and your mind state is to question everything and don't listen to a guy or what they got to say, because the playbook that your mother gave you was to incarcerate us.
Pretty much.
So she doesn't have an understanding of receiving information that's true. So I'm trying to tell this person, like, yo, you don't have a credit card. So I'm trying to tell her, she's like, yeah, I don't got no credit. I'm like, you do have credit.
Chris is basically saying, segue to the moms out there.
We're gonna leave the moms out of this. Me and Av already agreed. We leaving the mothers out of this.
You understand? Why? We gotta start from somewhere, though.
It do.
You gotta start from somewhere.
It do. And I fully acknowledge that.
Where's the foundation?
All right, listen. We're
all adults here.
This podcast is called.
This is how you make changes. You feel me?
I got you, bro. Watch it. Let me cook. This podcast is called "Don't Shoot the Messenger," right? And you made a very valid point. It's your mother's fault.
Oh yeah.
It's your mother's fault.
You know what?
Because she didn't prepare you for the lifestyle. All right, you get me? No one had a conversation with their daughters about the lifestyle that was going to happen for them. Nobody explained this. Nobody sat down with y'all and said, listen, this is what life may or may not look like for you, and this is what you're gonna have to be prepared for. This is the things, but they prepared them for other things like getting us locked up. Okay, so what do I mean? So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? I'll give you a perfect example right now without giving away too much information. When I first met my ex-fiance, she'll be back. I'll be back. Whatever. When I first met her, I asked her what she wanted to do in life, and she literally told me that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mother. I laughed at her. Thought it was a joke.
Should have took it serious then.
No, she should have took herself seriously then. All right. Now fast forward where you living with somebody. You're about to get married and do this whole thing, right? But now you need stay-at-home mom 101. But this has been like a life goal for you since a child. So why do you not know how to make magic in that kitchen? But what I'm trying to say is, if these were your goals and desires, why are you not proficient in this? Why are you not proficient in this, that, and that? When these are the traits and the characteristics, these are the skill sets of who and what you want to become and embody.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that moms haven't been passing on to the daughters that are of substance. That's gonna break a cycle. Let's start there. From the single mom thing, because check it out like this. If you grow up around it and you see it being done, you think that you can do it. You probably think that you can do it even better, right? So my fiance, her mom, single mom, raised her brothers by herself, and they came out fine, whatever the case is. Subconsciously, she thinks that she can do the same and probably, if not better. And this is how that cycle perpetuates unconsciously, right? First and foremost, a conversation wasn't had about the reality of dealing with men. Okay, some men actually do come with standards. And okay, right? So now you got a whole group of women who are unaware of the reality of actually dealing with a guy or not in tune with what it takes to be a homemaker, right? Or not in tune about what it means to be a partner, or what it means to like just be in this game of life and be active in it. That's a tangent, but like they don't have this
in it, and not sit on what a blueprint of how both roles should be,
or just sitting on a blueprint of what it exactly what it should look like. Just you gotta actually do it, type of thing. So I think subconsciously that she's going in that direction. She's just gonna do what her mom did. She probably thinks that she can do it better, and that's unfortunate. And what I'm saying is, it starts with the moms. I don't think a conversation was ever had about the realities of becoming an adult, living with somebody, living with a man, the struggles of not seeing eye to eye with a man, the standards of a man, and what it takes to be a freaking homemaker. Period.
Not even just that, like living for yourself, like the survival skills.
That too, survival skills.
Because
they are getting kicked out at 18 for whatever reason.
Both sides of the route. Like for men, I would say like. For me,
it's your mother's fault. Because she kicks you out at 18. Let me tell you something. Don't shoot the messenger. Hey, let me cook. It's your mother's fault. And she kicks you out the house at 18 with no home skills. She kicks you out the house at 18. You ain't have no home skills. You had nothing. You had no knowledge of anything about the world. And you figured something out. Good for you. But look at what's happening now in return. It's your mother's fault.
This goes all to moms and pops out there.
We said we was gonna leave the mothers out of this, but this is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Don't teach the kids what you go through. Teach the kids the right route. You understand? Teaching the kids what you go through is the best thing, but don't focus on what you're going through. Teach your kids the right route. And if you don't know how to teach your kids the right route, at least like build your skill set of reading. You understand? Like, you're never too old to learn something. I hate that stigma of coming of old dogs don't know new tricks. Yeah. Well, here's a flip the script on Don't Shoot the Messenger, because it's possible. You feel me?
Period.
You understand? That's one way of like breaking that generational curse. You understand? Yeah. Like what you say, Chris. Be proactive.
Especially if you a single mom. Right? Would you not give your daughter the playbook on like how to not be one? Yeah. Or is it just okay? Like,
a lot of single moms just tell their daughters don't.
And let's be real. Let's be real.
You don't need your partner.
Let's be real, right? Are we talking about the old heads?
And I'll be damned, because you know what?
Right?
I put that battery in that back.
We ain't talking about no old heads that is like 70
man,
or 60.
The old heads, man. Back up, man. I put that. Hey, look. I put the battery in shorty back. You heard me?
Yo!
Hey, look.
I ain't gonna do too much because Gabby's my girl, man. You know what I mean?
That's like,
I hope the best for the both of y'all.
I put the battery in that back. You heard? I done charged it up and all that. You understand what I'm saying?
And at the end of the day, like y'all got, I should be the godfather for y'all son. But Cash, you understand? Like, yo, I love that boy. You know what I mean? God didn't do him no wrong when he put him on this earth. You understand?
Yeah, Cash and lit.
You know what I mean?
He lit.
Yo, he got to come for the next up and coming lit pick. Seriously, I don't see you do any 360 ads for your son. Like, what is going on with this?
My guy, the whole theme of today's podcast is co-parenting. Boy, do you think when do you think I get to go that way, bro? Like,
that's a fact. So we're gonna have to build up from there. We're gonna build up from there. We're not far away from there. You understand? So how you feeling so far, Av? You know, this is your first time accompanying us, and
yeah, I'm grateful being here.
You know,
all, so.
I hope we're not much of a dick of a host. You know, like
no, y'all are great. This is very insightful experience.
Okay.
All right, man, get ready to close this out, man. Give us a moral of the story, man. Give us a nice moral of the story.
Right?
Well, I do have probably one advice.
Right.
Mostly for parents, or those who are about to be parents. When you have a child, stop being perfect. stop trying to be perfect in front of your child, because it's just going to have them feel like they have to be perfect, and it's going to have them screw up more than just making their own mistake. They're going to make their own mistakes, and you made your own mistakes. So be open about that. That's pretty much all I had to say. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Don't strive for perfection. Strive for efficiency.
Yes. Yes.
Let's strive for common sense, efficiency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes as you could, like, look, Avalone said it the best, life be lifing. So a lot of the things that are traditional for us, or, you know, that we are accustomed to, that stuff is outdated. But I think one thing that will probably never be outdated is the idea of, you know, the whole nuclear family. And I think that's something that we all should strive for. You know what I mean? And you could add some non-traditional elements. I'm on, you know what I'm saying, some poly, you know, something. I'm just saying, look, listen to me. I think I've seen enough and learned enough and experienced enough that it might not even be about the person. So even for Gabrielle type of shit, you know, it might not even be about her and what she can or cannot accomplish. It's the vibe. The vibe is there, and I was probably neglecting that for some other, because I got standards, and I guess, you know, my standards will never matter, I guess. But you know what? It's I think it's the vibe that counts the most, and I say that to say, for the whole idea of, you know, the whole polygyny, sister wives, things like that, I wouldn't get into that for the vanity of it. It's not even about the intimacy of it, the sexuality of it's not about any of that. It really goes on the vibe and what type of connection we share. And do I think that this is a connection that I want to incorporate into my universe for a lifetime? Is this an energy? Is this a vibe? Is this person? Is this a light? Is this a frequency that can coexist with me and what I got going on for a lifetime? And if that means you, and you, let's roll. Let's roll. You understand me? Put something in the cup, fire that thing up, and we out.
I feel like that comes from like just trauma of someone just being incomplete for you. So you think that you have to find, you know, others. But you know, I've been
incomplete for 10 years. I've been lying to myself for 10 years. So I've been incomplete. So maybe you right about that, because I feel like at this point I need to fill a void wherever voids that maybe sis can type of shit. Whatever you can't do, maybe she can, or whatever you not willing to, or maybe whatever.
Yeah, just patience.
Just trying to fill voids type of thing. No, I've been patient. I've been patient. Okay.
How many patience would you need in order for you to
because
we
just told us we lying to ourselves. I'm done lying to myself. I should have known back.
But patience.
That's what I was interested
in. Quantity. Patience is a virtue.
Yeah. And you know, quality trumps quantity. So you just have to go out there and find your quality. Like, you're only saying this now because all you're thinking, okay, you can't do this, you can do that.
No.
You could get you a lot of sixes, right?
No, listen.
Around your domain, but you got to get that 10.
Look. I'm gonna need both of y'all. I'm gonna need both of y'all to sit down. I need both of y'all to sit down.
I got to shout out to the monogamous one, because I'm a whole married man along with married people that's gonna listen to my views.
Y'all corny.
We could be corny, but we built on our empire as a quality. You understand? Instead of quantity. You feel me?
I'm not worried about quantity. That's what y'all got me up at. Let me explain to y'all something, because this what I just said to y'all went over both of y'all heads. And if you understand, when I talk about if it's a vibe and it's a frequency, that is quality. All right, it's quality. Now, if I'm gonna have it 1 and 2 times, then I'm gonna do that then. Okay, if I'm gonna have good quality 2 times, then I'm gonna do it. If I genuinely feel like that you are for a lifetime, and y'all and we all, and don't get me wrong, it's not awesome because I say so. Like, of course, it has to be a level of coexistence. Like, they gotta be friends. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because I want to have both of y'all, but like, can we literally coexist. I already know I share a vibe that can't be broken with you and you. And I would like for y'all to come along with me on my journey because I know where I'm going and I know what's waiting for me. Y'all could come if y'all want to.
All right,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
hypothetically speaking, you walking down the street with two of your Johns, right? And there was another John that you have.
No, it don't work that way because I don't know her. I don't know her frequency. I don't know her vibe. I'm already content with the vibes here and here, bro. I don't need to be outside and doing all this extra stuff.
So say if you just walk down the street with
because you coming from a greedy perspective. You coming no.
You're not even here for my ultimatum. Hear me out, right? You're going down the street with your two Johns and you see a third John and you have a liking for it,
There's
right?
no need, brother.
But the other two was like, left.
There's no need, brother. That would never happen.
So basically what you're saying is, people that, okay, let's say two people you had a deep connection with, for, let's say, a good amount of years or something, and they both end up having deep connections with each other, and everyone is just, like, on the same page.
Right.
It's like, okay,
it's a wonderful blend.
Because a lot of people, are poly. That's, that's a preference.
So we have it from that perspective,
I just
right?
wanted to know
Yeah,
where.
But
and
now,
I'm not even looking for the two girls to be active with each other in that way. It's not about them being on each other. It's not about
how can you have two people underneath the same?
Yo, let me tell y'all something, brother.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all something, because this is how I know I'm looking at this from a top down perspective, and y'all are in it. Like as in there's so many different variables for y'all that it's like, right? But there's not though for me. Why? Because I'm looking at it from a top down perspective where for if I find, because I already know, but what I'm saying is if I could get the two people that I really want to crash out for a lifetime to coexist with each other, there is no possibility for anyone else. I don't see nobody else. I literally do not see nobody else but these two people. Okay. It could not happen because the frequency, they're so into, they just mesh so well, the receive so well that I don't need no other frequencies. I don't need no other vibes. I'm talking about things for a lifetime is what I'm talking about.
Understood.
There's not, I got some, you know what I mean? But I probably won't be lucky enough to get them all to play type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's where I'm coming from with it. It's not like, let me just let me pick, choose, see this, that. I'm talking about and this is what I'm talking about for the guys out there. If y'all got baby mamas out there and y'all got a situation over here and y'all should probably all just cut the bullshit and see because look, if I understand some of y'all got that crazy baby mama, she not going to coexist for nothing. Okay? But if you at least dealing with some females who might be able to at least come to a table and be like, listen, we already know about each other. I know she know about you. Listen, cut the bull. You know what I'm saying? And build a kingdom at the end of the day. Y'all gotta find something that's more efficient and is little and less dramatic. Cause we already seen all this stuff already. Let's see what it looks like when maybe we all get along. Okay? Cause everybody's sharing anyway.
It's like sister wives.
Everybody's sharing anyway.
I mean,
everybody's freaking sharing.
A lot of people are.
Nah, brother, listen. Yeah, not everybody, but brother, listen. I'm trying to tell you, the majority of people is sharing anyway. So
it's better to be open than sneaky.
Yeah, it's better to be open than sneaky.
That part,
for sure. Because then you might get lucky. You might wind up with people who can understand that and be like, all right, well, I respect that you was honest. I'm out. Or all right, well, I respect that you was honest. I could give it a try. So for everybody who got a baby mother out there in a situation, if they are level-headed individuals, why sneak around, baby? It's 2025, man.
Right.
Put something together. If you can. If you can. But and if it doesn't work, at least you said you tried.
True.
Because at the end of the day, it's like it's a family anyway. It's just, you know what I mean? Stepmom don't like mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all a family anyway. It's all a mixed and blended and what they call it. It's a big modern family anyway. So might as well motherfucker get with the program. This is how, you know what I mean? If I was in that, if I had a baby mother in the situation in this, that, and third, and they was both level headed, and maybe we can get, you know what I mean? Hey, look, and this is what it is. But it goes back to the baby mother and the situation have to be lifetime vibes. If none of them are lifetime vibes, then there's no point in doing any of that. You let that situation lay right where it's at. That situation, you let it lay there, and then that's it. Y'all could co-parent and be civil, but you let that go. Now, if you're dealing with vibes for real, and you got yourself in a situation where you dealing with 2 vibes, and that's a lifetime for you, you gonna have to speak your piece, explain to them why it makes sense. You know what I mean? And if they want to play, they're gonna play. If not, then you gonna have to make a decision. And it comes back to your standards.
And full disclosure with that, either you come from a nuclear household or want to build a nuclear household or want to have a polymary household or came from a polymary household. At the end of the day, it starts with self-love. You already know what it is. It's your boy Yah Moore, and you already know it is with the co-host and the main host, Chris King, who accompany alongside with us is Av. And we definitely going to have her around here for like part 2. Chris, what's up? What's going on, Av? What you got going on for next Wednesday?
Hell
What's
yeah,
up?
like I'm down.
Yeah? Yeah. Like, what you think, Chris? You think we got ourselves a third co-host right here?
Yeah, we could do that. I think that's a vibe.
You understand? Yo, for those who chimed in, don't feel afraid to go on YouTube, go on the comments, and just let us know if you feel as though Av have a great spot as an addition to be a guest of a part of Don't Shoot the Messenger. Talk to y'all soon.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.